What's going on, you guys? My name is Cisco, and thank you for stopping by today. Before we do anything, I need to say, if you guys haven't been getting notified of our videos, it means you haven't rung the bell yet. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance to go ahead and do that. All right, so for today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm actually gonna be building a custom gun for you guys. Kind of just going over the process of building the gun overall, the troubles that I'm gonna be running into, and hopefully I build a super dope custom gun for you guys that will, go online eventually. So I have all the parts listed or kind of just spread out in front of me. I do have an optic and some other accessories coming in a little bit, but I'm just gonna work on the internals for the time being. One thing I really wanna test out is this Echo 1 max cylinder kit. It's basically the cylinder and cylinder head combined. It's one piece of metal, so there should be no gaps, so it should give me perfect compression between the piston and the cylinder. But if I'm having trouble with this, I do have a backup VFC cylinder. It's a 3/4 ported, and a CNC production double O-ring cylinder head. I've used both of these paired before, and they typically give me great compression. I have no issues with those. So let's just get into it, guys. Okay, so something that I just ran into while taking it apart, out of the factory, they super glued the wiring to the gearbox, and there is a lot of excess. I'm gonna hold it right here for the GoPro to see, but there's a lot of excess glue there that I'm gonna have to remove. I don't know why they did that, but I guess anything to keep the wires in place. I know.
Wait, what's next to the spring? The spring box. I mean the spring bag. No. Yep.
Ah, see, there you go. See, I didn't even see it. Good eyes, good eyes. So I test fitted the Echo 1 cylinder slash cylinder head combination, and it looks like it fits very well. I just put the Prometheus air nozzle on there, and that looks like it's giving it a good seal as well. I had glued the Modify piston head to the SHS piston already, and then I glued the full metal rack to the piston earlier before I even took apart the gun, so it would be dry by the time I did this. The reason I did that was because if you don't glue the rack on, the back of the piston will typically take all the stress and it'll break out, ripping the teeth out, versus when you glue it onto the entire piston, it has the reinforcement from the entire piston. Now I'm testing the seal. Oh yeah. I'm applying a lot of force, but this is good. All right. Hopefully the next update will be me doing the first test shooting. Shimmed the gears already, and the tappet plate looks like it's working good too, so see you in a bit. So I got the gearbox back together. I put the motor and the pistol grip on it so I can do the initial test fire. I'm going to be putting in a 120 spring. My goal is to get around 420 feet per second. Honestly, closer to 420 because I like to overbuild my guns. One thing I will say is that I know it's going to over volume with this full cylinder, but if you choose, whoever chooses to get this gun, if they put a longer barrel in it, you'll be able to utilize the extra air. But at the same time, I might take it apart and put a port in there just to give the correct air volume. But let's give it a test fire. Oof, this might screech really bad. Actually, not that bad. Let me adjust that motor height really quick. Off that go. Nice. Oh yeah, this is shooting pretty good actually. I need to adjust it a little bit more, but I think overall the gearbox is going to be pretty much done, and then it's going to be time to accessorize this bad boy. So yeah, we'll get into the updates on that later. Alright guys, it is done. I kind of went off of the SASR rifle, the Troy rifle that they use, the 13-inch one. Honestly, the Troy rail was probably the only influence that I gained. I know they use PEC boxes, I know they use scout lights as well. Typically they'll use EOTechs. I'm not sure if they'll use the T1. I'm not sure if the Night style suppressor is correct either. Yeah, I like building battle rifles. This one's actually pretty cool. It's not too heavy. I thought it was going to be a little bit heftier with all the accessories on there, but I think it came out pretty well, not gonna lie guys. The barrel does not peek through the flash hider, so you can easily remove that and make it a little bit shorter as well. I'm gonna go chrono this, and then I'll be right back to let you guys know what the internal specs are. So I went to do the chrono, and it isn't feeding, so I consulted my techs, and they believe that the tab plate that I am using isn't allowing the air nozzle to get pulled back all the way, so that's what's obviously not allowing it to feed. So I'm going to put the OEM tab plate back in, see how this one works. According to Taylor, our head tech, according to him, this is actually a pretty good tab plate, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. And then we noticed that the motor was getting pretty hot after a few shots as well. The amperage draw is pretty high, between 12 to 1s and the 45. The 45K motor. So I'm going to put this Modify high torque motor in there instead. This one is a 22 TPA, I believe. This says 22T. So not too sure, but I'm going to go ahead and try this out. He said these ones actually perform very well, so we'll see how it goes. I got the tappet plate installed, and I changed out the motor. It did drop the rate of fire to about 18 to 20 BUs per second, but this thing is shooting super hot. It's chronoing at roughly 435 feet per second. Bruh. I'm not sure if I want to change it to shoot lower or not, but I was aiming for about 420 anyway, so I'm fairly sure someone out there is going to want this. Right, boys? You think so?
You just built another basic ass M4, to be honest.
Hey, this is an Australian-inspired gun. Australian SASR. Okay? Actually, you know what, guys? I want you guys to name this gun. I'll get you guys have 24 hours. The most creative name with the most likes in the comments below will get pinned, and we will name it that. Or I'm probably going to paint it more like Oscam. Boaz says it's the new multicam, right?
No, I did not say that.
thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified. And if you are already subscribed, like I said earlier, ring the bell so you get notified of every time we upload a video. And give us a thumbs up if you liked it as well. We greatly appreciate it. Yeah, do you guys like this style of video? It was a little more in depth, a little bit more personal, I guess you would say. But if you did, let me know if you want me to build an AK or a MP5 next. I'll let you guys duke it out in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.